Okay, welcome to this session. It's now 11, so about time to kick off. I'm Neil Butcher. I'm from Birmingham. I'm chairing, and for the first of two, I'm going to introduce Shraddha Bajare, who's from the Square Kilometre Observatory Array Observatory, and we'll be talking about their toolkit on software. So I'll hand over to you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm audible. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Shraddha Bajare. I'm from Square Kilometre Array Observatory. I'm a software quality engineer there. Most of my career I have been doing building a software for this telescope, and now my role has been gradually changed, which talks about standardizing the things for software so that it improves its quality, and also making sure the DevOps pipelines are ready so that software is properly goes through a proper software development life cycle. Now, as a part of my role, I have been working on this project called EVERSE, and today I'm here to present the one of the outcome of this project. It's a vast project, and there are many deliverables we are doing. But I'm here to present the Technology Watch. It's a curated collection of software quality tools for research. I think I missed this. Yeah. So I'll start with what the project EVERSE is, a little bit of a brief intro. So EVERSE stands for European Virtual Institute for Research Software Excellence. And what it is basically coordinated between CERT at Geneva and Barcelona Supercomputing Center. It would be interfacing with 5 to 6 science clusters, which involves environmental sciences, photon and neutron, and other science communities. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to build a community which would be a science community used for software. And that community is basically built by this science community itself. Now, as I mentioned about the 5 science clusters, this project would be interfacing. Along with that, we have 18 project partner countries, and my SKO, that is the observatory that I work, is part of one of them. There is a link you can go and check the project, what it is, and how the community is basically getting built. There is a foundation of software. We are trying to use this reference framework, which is about analysis code, prototype tools, and research software infrastructure. We are trying to consider this as a foundation for the whole project or the community we are trying to build, and the outcomes we are trying to get from that. Moving on to what actually this EVERSE software quality network and services is. So this project EVERSE aims to create a framework for research software excellence, and it is backed up by these 5 science communities. So whatever the outcomes, whatever the resources that we are providing, it is with the evidence and the experience and the expertise of the science communities. And what we are trying to achieve this is once this community, the whole project is there, available, the resources are there. So it would be treated as a foundation for a future virtual institute for research software excellence. So we have many 6 in total work packages, starting with the important being the European Network of Research Software Quality, and then the overall coordination associated with that. And then the main, after that, we have training and recognitions, and also the knowledge and processes and tools, and also the pilots. So these 3 work packages, 4, 2, and 3 are in continuous sync. And this EVERSE Technology Watch, it is outcome, one of the outcome of this work package 3, which is processes and tools. Now, as I talk about the framework that we had, we considered 3-tier software model. So the analysis code, prototype tool, and research software infra. So this framework we consider to understand the diverse landscape for the software in research. What is the intent intent behind what is the purpose of that research software, and why that software is being built. So when we say analysis code, I think it categorized into not fully matured computational or methodology, or still in analysis phase, the softwares that are considered for research. Then when we talked about prototype tools, I think it is about like a matured one and with a proof of concept, and it is by one of the research project, and then it comes to the research software infrastructure, where we say that it is a properly matured and well accepted within a research community. So we are also trying to understand and address the specific challenges that come associated with that. Now, for the process, the thing that is about this EVERSE technology watch. So it is a curated collection of software quality tools for research. So when we started with that, with this thing, that what would be the outcome and how we would be representing that everything. So the question we had was like, how do we know that we are collecting something sensible and it would be really benefit as a resource? So we initially started with a strategy, and the strategy was to build a shared understanding of tools and technologies for software quality. And we started within the EVERSE ecosystem. And once we had that shared understanding within ourselves, then we started with some brainstorming of few initial ideas, and we created very nice plan. And then we wanted to map this technology watch, the tools, the software quality tools that would be present here on this technology watch, to a different resource, which would be a outcome of the EVERSE project, which is a huge, that is a research software quality toolkit. So it contains the use cases. Use cases, when depending on what is your role, what is your background, and what is your use case, like if you want to build a good license, so what kind of tools you use, where to go that. So we wanted to map the quality tools present on technology watch with the research software quality tool kit use cases. So, and then we had questions like what tools we use and what we want actually from the technology watch, how it will be represented all together. Now, for moving on to the collaboration and collection of the tools. So internally, since within EVERSE itself, we had a couple of workshops, we collected tools, and we shared use cases among ourselves depending on our role. And then for that particular use case, we asked questions like, what is your role and what kind of tools you choose, and considering what is the importance, whether it is you choose a tool which is properly documented, or it has a proper community support, it is open source, it is easy to access. So all those kind of things we wanted to have when we wanted to collect the whole software quality tools within ourselves. Then we ran, as I said, we ran a couple of workshops, we collected the tools, the list was very long. And then we had ran surveys within individual organizations, as well as within in between this work packages within EVERSE itself. And then we had, as I said, we had a big list of tools, and then we wanted to represent those tools on a thing which would have a proper process and how it will look. Now, these are the screenshots I have put about the ideas and use cases what we had. So it is just internal my organization's Miro board activity. So intent, I know it is not properly visible, but the intent here is to just showcase what was the science communities, what was the roles behind that, and then how we found out the use case, and then the later on big yellow sticky represent the actual broad use case, and then a person choosing the tool, backing up with a good documentation or good community or free access. So all these activity, all this thing has been performed on this internally as well as on the workshops, as I said. And then we finally came up with this technology watch as one of the outcome. So what is it? It is a curated catalog of tools and services for research software quality. When I say curated, we have collected tools and we wanted to represent them on this technology watch, but it is curated, as in we don't want blindly placing the tool onto the technology watch. We are looking for proper metadata associated with that, and then only we are trying to make sure the tool goes to tech radar. So this is very new and freshly first version that we came up for this EVERSE technology radar. It is going through a process of review itself. Then for like placing the tools, we had a couple of criteria as a definition when the respective tool goes through that curation process. So the definition we included was tools which are designed to access, measure, and improve software quality. And one important thing being is that it has evidence that yes, this tool has been used in this for this proper research or for in this community. So with the backup of that evidence, we have set that criteria when placing the tools. So this EVERSE technology radar, this is the link. You can access that page and it looks like this. So we have divided, classified basically the tools. So this dot represents individual tool, and the classification is based on the quality dimension. So getting sorted the quality dimension first was like a huge task for us, but it is also backed up with the ISO standards. So far, we concluded with 11 quality dimensions, and we have like classified the tools according to that. And horizontally, the same framework, the rings that we considered is the 3 rings: analysis, code, prototype tools, and research software infrastructure. So technically, we are using these two terms when we want to represent tool on a technology words, which is segments and rings. So segments, these are nothing but the quality dimensions, which we have 11, starting with compatibility, fairness, flexibility, functional suitability, interaction capability, maintainability, sustainability, safety, security, and reliability. Classification according to this quality dimension, as well as classification according to the rings that we have was the 3 framework. Below, this is a screenshot which explains the individual definition that we consider for these quality dimensions on the side. And now about the types of tools, the quality tools which are presented there. Are the like if you want to if you are looking for a linter or static analyzer, then couple of examples I have given, or testing frameworks, or documentation specific tools, or let's say CI/CD automation tools. So these are the couple of categories and examples that we have considered while putting the tools on the technology watch. Now, when I said about tool metadata, so this is how we are making sure the tool which is going on technology watch has individual metadata, main being the application category, the rings in which it will go on Tech Radar, what are the programming language that tool supports, a proper description which includes not only the brief overview of the tool, but whether it is satisfying which of the software quality dimension, like information associated with that, licensing for the tool, and whether the source, the tool is accessible for free or not. And the another important being was to how to use that tool. So we had 3 options. We consider whether it's a online or web-based service, whether it's a command line tool or CI/CD. You can integrate them into CI. So accordingly, we make sure the tool has this all this metadata in a JSON-LD file, and then we perform. We generate basically markdown files, and then it get represented on the technology radar. Now I'll just go and show you the watch. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is how currently the website looks. It is as I said, it's a very fresh version EVERSE technology radar. So these dots are representing individual tool. So if you click on the dot, you can you will get individual information for that particular tool, its description, the licensing, its URL, and what is the application category it has. Also, we have a tagging system on this EVERSE technology watch just to make sure the accessing that tool is easy. So we have tags like we have so far used languages associated with that tool and how to use that tool. In future, we have plans to use indicator as a tagging, and accordingly you can get that tool. So these are the new entries which has appeared in August, but whenever there is a next release coming for this watch, it would, if this tool particularly updated, there would be a below a row in which updated description and the latest timeline of that tool would be appearing. uh, so these are the tools you can access from this site. If you scroll down a little bit, here these are the segments, the classification basis on the quality dimension. So individually, we have represented the definition that we could come up with this ISO along with the ISO standards for this quality dimension, and the definitions are visible here. You can zoom in and then access a particular tool which is basically appearing on that particular category. Then as I said about the tagging, so one of the thing or the hurdle while coming like doing the classification that we had was like a couple of tools were satisfying multiple dimensions. So how to represent that on a technology watch? So what we did is we came up so initially with this solution that we came up with a tag called multi-dimension, and we are providing that tag to a tool which is not only it is not dedicated to one dimension. So and representation wise, if you click on multi-dimensional, so yeah, so the same tool would be appearing on all the dimension it is basically applied to. So that's how we have done the multi-dimensional tagging system. Now if you go to a overview section, you can get again the whole overview and the process, how the process it is there, a curation process. And it is so what we are looking for is feedback, just to play around this tool, make sure it is give us a feedback like it is accessible, and the tools represented here are actually with like serving a good purpose. You can contact the curation team which is listed here. You can anytime you can raise a pull request on the GitHub code for this tech radar, and you can contact any of the person from the curation team, and then we will take forward from there. So this is how the overall site looks like. So as a next step, we are making sure the framework that we consider the 3-tier, we will be sticking to that, but we are backing the tool which is going on this with the evidence that it is basically being used in the research, and that's why it is appearing there, and then you can use it and of course give us a feedback. The curation process, since we came up with the first version of the technology radar or watch, so in the so you can submit your pull request. We are so far we are accepting both technical as well as new tool suggestion as a pull request, new pull request, and then curator team will come, curators will come and then review the submissions, and then accordingly, if it is satisfied a set of criteria, the new tool would be appearing on the next version of TechRadar. So this is how we are trying to maintain and deliver this Take Radar next version. And I think that's it from my side.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha. Yeah, so we have some time for some questions from the Slido. The first question, do you ever decide that a tool is not good enough for your catalogue? And when you do you give feedback to the maintainer of the tool maintainer?
Yes. So far the collection process is within the EVERSE ecosystems. So far we haven't got any submissions which are from the outside the EVERSE project. But within the EVERSE ecosystem as well, we are checking with the at least the suggester of the tool, making sure it satisfies the criteria, and then we are putting that on the technology watch. And the other way around, if it doesn't satisfy, go and check, and then make sure it is not there or it is there. Likewise.
Okay. Next one. Do you use an existing schema for your software metadata? And if you don't, is the schema open? If you do, is the schema open?
I'm not existing software metadata schema. I didn't understood. So far we have worked upon creating this schema. It's a customized schema that we form, and we are making sure we are adding the actual metadata entries according to that schema. So we have developed our own set of schemas and putting the values accordingly for the particular tool.
So are your schemas open?
Yes.
Okay. Further to one of the other questions about the quality of the tool itself, do you give any ratings about how good a tool is? For example, whether it's mature, its health, its contributor graph, the performance, or anything else?
It is actually good suggestion. So far, we don't have this facility, but we should. I'll surely discuss this with the curator team, and we'll sort it something around the configurator graph or performance of the tools, and making sure it would also be added on a site. But yeah, thank you. It's actually a good suggestion.
Software catalogs are not a new thing. It looks like you've built this one from scratch. Or did you consider an existing software catalog tools for presenting your underlying state?
Sorry, I'm just trying to understand. Yes, it is not a new thing. We are considering, we are getting the existing things, but we are processing existing thing as well as the new things, but with, as I said, with a backup of evidence from the research community. So that's how we are making sure this process is streamlined, and not the things which are available there as is would be appearing on our resource as well.
Okay. Do you have any process for retiring redundant tools?
That could be a part of curation process itself. So it's a very first version. So as in when the next version that would be appearing. So far we have considered like having a separate branch on a GitHub, having submissions as a part of separate branch. And whenever the next version would be appearing, it would be a kind of a review within the EVERSE ecosystem people, and that way this redundancy or other things will be taken care of.
Do you think funders will then invest in the foundational software? Do you think funders will invest in the foundational software that's in your catalog?
I don't have answer to that. I think I'm not in a correct position to answer to that. But maybe people from a different work package working towards this EVERSE project, which are dealing with this network related things, would be able to answer. But you can paste that question to me on Slack, and I'll get back to right people and answer to that.
And someone didn't understand the radar. Does each tool appear multiple times in each sector? And what does the radial position represent? So could you explain your radar?
Yep. So, the dots are basically represented as a tools. It is classified into a quality dimensions, which are so far are 11 quality dimensions. But whenever like as a process, as a part of that curation process, if the tool is having multiple dimension in the metadata, the JSON LD files that I showcase, so that at that time, that tool would be appearing into all the quality dimensions on the tech radar. So it is a repeated entry. That way, we would not be missing the tool represented into particular all the quality dimensions. That's how we are currently presenting the tools.
And I think we've got time for one more. Are there any plans for cross-linking pages between this and the RSQ kit?
Yes, I think there is a plan to link RSQ Tech Radar things on RSQ Kit as a overall description of what the big set of the tools which will be appearing on Technology Watch. And so there are plans to have that page on RSQ Kit itself. Not everything that you would not be able to go from RSQ to directly to Tech Radar and to via pipelines also, but just a thing what Technology Watch is and what is the difference between RSQ Kit and the tools which are represented on Technology Watch. So that is there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.